So apparently this is a thing. I am not a doctor, or an attorney, or a scientist. Just because someone's wearing a jacket doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're talking about. Just saying. Hey guys, what's going on? Memes here. So, apparently, there's traces of COVID-19 found in semen. So, make sure to use protection. Wear a condom if engaging with intercourse, because while we're unsure if you can possibly transmit it, because we'll get into it in a second, the thing is with this, well, apparently that's one of the fluids there. I mean, STDs are a thing. There are some concerns because what happens if this just sticks around when you're better? Do we know? Are we sure? Well, let's go onto the internet, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and whatever you may identify as, because, yeah, this is a thing. So, let's pop over to the article. So, right over here, because I just brought these up, and, no content creator would ever just bring up some articles and not read them beforehand, like I am absolutely doing right now. So, this is from the Chicago Tribune. What a lovely little thing there. Oh, my apologies. I think I need to click it. Okay. So, oh my god. The ads. The ads. Make the ads go away. COVID-19 was found in semen of recovered patients. Is it a sexually transmitted disease? The virus that caused COVID-19 can be present in the semen of patients who have the coronavirus as well as those recovering from it, according to a recent study published in JAMA Network Open. 50 men were enrolled in this study's testing. However, only 38 were able to provide a semen sample. 23 of the participants who were able to provide a semen sample recovered from their COVID-19 infection. 2 of those recovered patients had COVID-19 in their semen, which is particularly noteworthy, the study said. The other 15 patients were at the acute stage of infection. In this group, 4 patients had the virus causing COVID-19 in their semen. Because of the study size is small, authors of the study acknowledge more research has to be done. This study is limited by the small sample size and the short subsequent follow-up, the study said. Therefore, further studies are required with respect to the detailed information about virus shedding, survival time, and concentration in semen. Dr. Lauren Stryker, founder and medical director of the Northwestern Medicine Center for Sexual Medicine and Menopause, said there's not enough information yet to determine if COVID-19 can be sexually transmitted. Being identified in sperm is not the same as it being a sexually transmitted infection, said Stryker. The only way to know that after intercourse is to identify it in vaginal tissues or cervical tissues by culture. You can't give someone a sexually transmitted infection like gonorrhea or chlamydia, for example, from a respiratory route, explained Stryker. So if 2 people are together and one person gives it to the other one, you know it has to be sexual since there's no other way to get it, she said. So, is this thing actually going around and causing us to shut down the planet, as well as killing countless amounts of people? And it's an STD? Welcome to the Roaring 20s. But we're not done. We're not done. There's more. Alright. So, let's pop over here. Let's go over to, Snopes. Help Snopes become a founding member. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe later. Alright, coronavirus found in semen of young men with COVID-19. The presence of viral RNA in the patient's semen does not necessarily indicate the presence of an infectious virus. Okay, so we're seeing trace elements. Okay, is that like an antibody? Or is that like an anti-antibody? Is that what the antibody is meant to go and take out? So it's not the actual virus, it's just its genetic code. Again, I am not a doctor. But this article is republished here with permission from the conservation. This kind is shared here because my introduce. Okay, we don't know much about SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, but we are learning new things about every day. That seems like a very accurate thing that I've heard quite often. I hear Brett Weinstein and Heather Haying. They're both professors, doctors. They're pretty smart. Brett, I think it was either him or Eric that coined the term intellectual dark web. What is that? I don't know. Joe Rogan's a part of it. Is it like ninjas? Is it like mental arcs? Because that sounds kind of cool. The study published in JAMA Network Open involves 38 patients undergoing treatment for severe COVID-19 disease at Shanghua Municipal Hospital in Henan Province. 15 of the patients provided a semen sample during the acute phase of their illness and 23 shortly after recovering. In 4 of the 15 patients with acute disease and 2 of the 23 recovering patients, SARS-CoV-2 RNA was found in the semen samples. Okay. These new findings differ from the results of an earlier study involving 12 COVID-19 patients and a case report. However, the earlier investigations focused on patients with mild disease after they had recovered, whereas the current study focused on hospitalized patients with severe disease, and all samples of this latest study were taken during the disease or very shortly after recovery. In fact, all of the semen samples were found to have viral RNA in recovering patients were taken were taken at day 2 and day 3 after recovery. So the difference between the earlier studies and the current one are probably the result of a difference in disease severity and the time of sampling. Okay, time and intensity. Again, I'm not a doctor, a scientist, or an attorney. So, immunoprivileged. All right. The tests, along with the eyes, placenta, foetus, and central nervous system, are considered to be immunoprivileged sites, which means they are protected from severe inflammation associated with an immune response. This is probably an evolutionary adaptation that protects vital structures. And these are niches where viruses may be protected from the host's immune response. Immunoprivileged sites gained attention as places where the virus can persist after disease recovery during the 2013 to 2016 West African Ebola virus outbreak. Ebola virus remained detectable in the semen of some survivors for more than 3 years, and Ebola virus transmission through sexual intercourse can occur months after the patient has recovered. I believe that was also something with Zika or something before, because I remember that was a thing. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of people trying to suck my blood. Point of personal preference there, that's all I'm saying. Ooh, as I'm zooming in and out. But we don't know what the implications of the latest findings are yet. The presence of viral RNA in the patient's semen does not necessarily indicate presence of infectious virus. So it will be critical to show whether infectious virus can also be isolated from the semen of SARS-CoV-2 patients and the survivors. What are we doing? Treating this like plasma? Are we separating the sperm from the semen? I don't know. How are the sailors supposed to navigate? What medium are we using? This is all I've been told. It's okay. It's okay. Been a dirty boy for many years. These things happen. If this is possible, the next question will be whether, as a current data suggests, SARS-CoV-2 is predominantly found in the semen of patients with severe disease, or whether significant virus levels can also be detected in the semen of patients with mild disease, or indeed in the semen of asymptomatic people. That viral load thing has still kind of got me for a load. Like, does it just have like a base decay model? It's like, I suppose that would explain a lot if, I don't know, if you're only lightly exposed, does it take a while? Is that how we can show up to, like, I don't know, 24 days of incubation period? Is that what it needs to reach a critical mass? Usually it takes like a week or 2? I don't know. Let's pop over to our last article over here. Okay, so right over here we have sperm-containing coronavirus raises possibility of sexually transmitted COVID-19. Chinese study shows. Doctors at Shanghua Municipal Hospital found 16% of men hospitalized with disease tested positive for SARS-CoV-2 in their semen. Researchers caution that findings are preliminary and far from conclusive. Okay, so basically the same thing we're being told. Where is this from? Oh, the Alabama. Oh, China. South China something daily. Okay. It was recommended by Google. This is how we do these things. But Chinese researchers have found the sperm, COVID-19 sperm, a small amount of men, raising the possibility the virus could be spread via sex. The study by physicians at China's Shanghua Municipal Hospital looked at only 38 men in the hospital who tested positive with disease, and have already the small group found that a minority, only 6, were found to have SARS-CoV-2 in their semen. Eyes are an important route for coronavirus in the body, Hong Kong experts find. Oh, are the Chinese master level trolls? You bet they are. The virus responsible for COVID-19 severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2, has been detected in stool, gastrointestinal tract, saliva, and urine samples. A researcher's report said, however, little is known about SARS-CoV-2 in semen. So what you're saying is we've studied poop, stuff in our gastrointestinal tracts, which is the formation of poop, in our spit, in our piss, and now we are just checking our semen. Well, we all know what this means. Here's a conspiracy hypothesis. Since the most amount of manufacturing for condoms is located within China and India, and about a month or two ago people were talking about a condom shortage because some of those factories may or may not have been shutting down. Yeah, if you're gonna make love, use protection. It's important. You're protecting yourself and the other person. Just some thought before coitus. That's all I'm saying. But thank you all for watching. Peace out, everybody, and long live the elbow bump. I'm some dude on the internet.